Yes, hello everyone. Well, I will also talk about the Armamentarium. And the Armamentarium is a very beautiful building with a it's an historic building in the city center of Delft. It was built during the Golden Age as the artillery warehouse of Holland, and it therefore has some very representative character, and it consists out of several very large buildings with inside some large open floor plans and a characteristic timber construction. For this reason, it will be a very nice public building. However, there are also some disadvantages, because the building has a very distant and closed appearance, and at the moment it is this distant and closed appearance, and there's also not a very good connection between different buildings on the site. So what function would fit in this building? As a student in Delft, I saw that there are basically two worlds living along each other. At the one hand, you have the inhabitants of Delft, and at the other hand, you have the innovative institutions like the TU and the students. The TU tries to bring a connection between these worlds with, for example, the Science Center, but this is hardly visible. So how nice would it be if these two worlds would come together in a representative building at a local place, something like the Armamentarium, in something like, for example, an innovation center. Imagine this innovation center would house a very nice and inviting museum in the head of the building on Dutch innovation. The TU can organize here temporarily exhibitions, but also other parties. And on the ground floor, there will be a restaurant and cafe with a terrace at the waterside, which will be easy accessible by a new bridge. In the middle part of the building, this will be the place where innovation is made. There are here flex and fixed workspaces for starting companies, and also shops on the ground floor, which sell the newest products. In the back, there will be an hostel inviting groups and students from all over the world. So to bring connections between these two, between all these functions, I created the courtyards into the heart of the building. I covered them and created visual connections between the different levels, and the ground floors are turned into into public meeting spaces, which can also be used for smaller events. The middle part of the middle courtyard is turned into the heart of the entire complex. This is where you enter the building and where all vertical traffic takes place. So here are the stairs and elevators. On the upper levels, on the ground floor, you'll find a large public square from where you can start your discovery through the building and where both worlds will meet. And on the upper floors, there are some public spaces like the auditorium and some meeting places. At last, to open up the building and give it a clearly visible appearance in the city, I created this striking facade. This is in line with all the other facades which have their own strong identity. It seems also quite massive at the other facade, but it's actually quite light because it has a light perforated copper cladding, which lightens up which glances at daytime through the sun, but also lightens up at night. And the entrance is placed as a little gap down in the corner of the building, so it's quite clear that this is the place where you have to enter. So on this way, I try to connect both worlds in Delft, but also both divided buildings at the complex. Thank you for your attention.